So it will be 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is a really strange game. So it's kind of loosely based off of, I think it's called Journey to the West, which is like a Chinese folklore legend, popular story, something like that, whatever you want to call it. Starring Jackie Chan, as he goes through and battles demons and bosses and somersaults his way to victory. So there's not too much RNG in this game, actually. The only detrimental stuff is what sub-weapon that you get. And in certain locations I want a certain weapon because it'll make me go faster through sections, or it'll kill bosses. So like this one here, the forward kick that I have, is the best weapon in the game. You get 9 uses of it, and it does versus your fist doing 1. There's a roundhouse kick, which is the exact same, but it only does 7. And same with an up kick, which is the exact same, but awful to use. And then there's a weapon that I call Tumble. It's like a somersault, but it's tumble. But it sends you flying through the air. And there's a couple spots in the game where if you have that, you can save a boatload of time. So I'm hoping to get good RNG, so that I can get that sometime late in Stage 2, and I can carry it into Stage 3, and that'll let me skip a section I usually have to wait around in. And another thing I'm doing at the same time is getting hit by rats. They're the real final boss in this game. Is down in the bottom right corner, I have orbs. And after every 30 orbs, my special attack and my life is completely refilled. So I want to grab those in 2 very specific spots. I want to get the somersault, the tumble, in Stage 2. And then I want to refill... I want to use all of my specials on the Stage 2 boss, and then I want to refill it in Stage 3. And then I want to refill it again halfway through Stage 5, leading into the final boss rush. But it's entirely random whether I get the sub-weapon drop that I want or not. And by that I mean it's a 1 in 8 chance, because you get sub-weapons by kicking these frogs that are around here. And the drop that they have cycles every frame between 8 selections. Some of them are fixed, some of them you can get... you always get a health drop, for example, and pretty much every other one is essentially random. Okay, so that was okay. Good first stage. So I like to leave that stage with about 17 to 20 orbs. And now I have 4 chances to get the sub-weapon that I want. Ideally, I'd get it in the next screen. Okay, so my orb count's actually a little high here, so I'm going to dodge some of these enemies. And I'm going to have to dodge a bunch in the next screen. So my first chance is going to be right here. That's health, that's fine. I'm going to damage boost through here so I can skip a bonus stage trigger. It doesn't immediately send you to a bonus stage. Whoops. Okay, that might be bad. It doesn't immediately send you to a bonus stage, but it puts the trigger for it in a really awkward position, where you kind of have to like bounce around on those platforms. So these rocks here, if I stand still on them, they start to crumble away. So I have to be constantly moving through this whole section here. Which is fine, because it's a nice little dead zone. Kind of gives me a chance to relax a little bit. Listen to some sweet music. And it's going to start to pick up in a second here. And then going into the next screen is when I want to get my good luck. I want to get the somersault weapon sometime in the next screen so I can carry it into stage 3. It's not a huge deal if I don't get it. It only saves overall about 10 seconds or so. Like, it's not a huge time save, but ideally if I'm going for PB attempts, I'll reset until I get it. So my first chance is going to be up here, after these snail things. Which I'm not going to kill any of because I have a lot of orbs right now. So this is my first chance. We got some health. That's fine because I did need that anyway. So I've only got one more chance on this stage to get it, and if I don't get it, we have to go through the game like normal. So I'm going to damage boost through these guys up here, just so I don't have to stop moving and I have the health. Okay, so we didn't get it. That is fine. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to showcase the tumble strats that we developed. There we go. So the thing with getting tumble there is that you actually lose time in stage 2, because you can't kill the bosses quickly. But you get it all back in this stage here, because we're flying on turtle shells, as Jackie Chan is wont to do. And I have to wait for these platforms. So if I got the somersault weapon, I could have just launched myself straight across that and not have to stop and wait. So you lose about 4 or 5 seconds. I might fall. Oh, that was close. You lose about 4 or 5 seconds in stage 2, but you gain about 11 seconds. Maybe a bit more in this stage by not having to wait on these platforms. So it makes a huge difference in the long run. If I fall down here, I just go to the beginning of the previous screen. So it's not the end of the world, but it sucks when it happens. So this next one is the most dangerous one, because there's enemies and stuff in your way. They don't slow you down, but they just mess you up enough. So I'm going to jump out here and then turn around. And that spawned this spinning turtle a little bit sooner. And it doesn't save much, it saves about 2 seconds or something. And then here, I want to stay in the water as long as possible, because it propels me forward. But I've only got 2 chances for a sub-weapon. That was the first one. And I've only got 1 more chance at the end of this to get a sub-weapon now. And if I don't get it, we're going to lose about 20 seconds to the boss. Maybe not quite that bad, maybe like 10 seconds, but... This is where the RNG starts to come in, where you need to get good RNG to get the somersault to get through stage 3 fast. And then once you're in stage 3, you've only got 2 chances to pick up another sub-weapon. And like I said, they do 2 damage, and the normal punching does 1. So it really increases how fast you can defeat the bosses. So I just like to randomly duck and everything. You can just hold down here the entire time, and it'll dodge almost every enemy. Except for that one. That one you have to use a special attack to get through. But I like to go up and down to the beat. And here is where Jackie Chan learns how to Hadouken. So you can charge up your attack, and you can do this. And that's the 5 orbs down in the corner. And that does 2 damage as well, but you have to wait for it to charge up. And it kills your momentum if you're running forward. Okay, give me an attack. This is the worst attack I could have got for this boss. Legitimately, this is a terrible weapon to have here. This only does 1 damage. But I'll just do this. So we'll just spam it. We'll hit him on every possible frame. He still didn't... Oh, okay, he was 1 hit away. So So getting that weapon there honestly probably wasted 10 seconds. It's not the end of the world, but it's when you're doing PB attempts and you finally get into stage 3 on good pace, and then you get that happening, it's just a kick. Kick in the junk. But this is good RNG now. So this is exactly the weapon that I want here. This boss takes 7 specials and 1 normal attack to kill. So I can carry this weapon all the way to the end of this stage without ever slowing down, and I can use 2 of them to dodge, to kill those tigers there, so I don't take too much damage. Now we're just about up into the clouds. So this here, every time you land on these clouds, you jump up a little bit. If you hit jump right before you land, you do a big jump. But you can't hold jump, so you have to time every single one of these, which is not too bad. And you have to follow a very specific pattern, because if you fall down here, you go back to the beginning of this screen. So I have a very specific jump pattern that I'm going through. That guy always drops health, so I always kick him. So that I can both dodge the enemies and never slow down. Except for that guy, he always hits me. But taking 1 damage here is fine. So I'm not going to kick him because he might replace my sub-weapon with something worse. Oop, headphones falling out. Okay, so I now have to time my attacks with my jumps. And if you hit his eyeball immediately, you can keep it open. There we go. That was a perfect stage 4. Honestly, I don't think I could possibly have done that any faster. Oop, I was mashing select. Wrong game. So this is stage 5. And this is where it really ramps up and has the worst mechanic that Nintendo games used to do. Everything is black. There's no outlines or anything, it's just a black screen. So, based off of where enemies are... Okay, I can't see. I was jumping... Oh, I wasn't jumping high enough. I see. Ah. So, as I was saying, that was terrible. Based off of where enemies are, I can usually tell where I am in the stage. Okay, that's a good weapon to have. But I have to follow the same route every time, and I kill the guy I don't normally kill there, and it just threw me off a little bit. Whoa. It's fine. We're good. We're good. Okay, so I'm going to try and stay on these conveyors as long as possible, because they propel you forward the same way the river did. And I want to preserve my health because there's a terrible section coming up here. Okay, so my orbs are a little bit high. So I'm going to have to dodge some of the enemies in this screen. There's 6 enemies in this screen that'll let you get back onto your orb track, and then there's 3 or 4 afterwards. So I like to leave this auto-scroller here with 28 orbs. 28 or 29. Because the next section, it's really easy to take a ton of damage when you're trying to go fast, so I like to refill my health right after that. So I'll kill you, because you're in my way. We'll jump over you. There should only be 1 enemy left on the screen here. That frog always drops health, so that's nice. I didn't need it this time, but he always drops it. Okay. So we're just about at the end here, and then we have what I've dubbed the laser climb. Which, if you go fast enough, you can climb it without ever slowing down and or taking damage. But it's really tight. You have to do all your jumps really tight, so let's see. perfect. That was perfect. Honestly. And then I got my refill, so I get all my special back. Okay. That doesn't get much better than that. You don't have very many iframes in this game, so if you get trapped in the middle of those lasers, you immediately start losing health. And it goes by fast. And if you fall off cycle, as soon as you get hit by one, you usually get hit by the next 2 or 3. So I'm going to use some of my specials here to kill this guy. Just to save a bit of time and hope and pray. Okay. So that's the second best weapon I can have here. I wanted to get the 9 kick. Because that saves the most amount of time. But you can also get the somersault weapon here, which, like I said, only does 1 damage. And it makes this boss take forever, so I'm happy with that. If you kick those dragons before they become active, you deactivate their hitbox until they turn gold like that. So I do that so I can stand inside of them without taking damage. Okay, so I need to kick this guy 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you stand in the corner like this, facing to the left, this guy will always jump towards you. And if you time your attacks perfectly, you can hit him right when he's about to come out of his iframes. And you can just kind of stun lock him and do this. Okay, so we're coming up to the final boss here. And the time will stop when the spider explodes. FYI, it's a spider. I don't actually know how many hits it is, I just keep mashing until they die. So it's coming up really soon, as soon as you see the explosion. Time. Oh. Oh, that's actually a pretty good run. I'm really happy with that. Awesome. Well, thanks for letting me showcase this, guys. This is one of my favorite games just because it's so ridiculous. So, thank you very much, ESA, for having me on. I think coming up next is Cool Kid with Mega Man 2. So, awesome runner, awesome dude, and awesome game. So, again, thank you very much.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Paulister.
Barbie XH here.
And welcome back to ESA Movember, a marathon raising money for the Movember Foundation. You just watched 2 NES games by Sidetrakkd, one of them being Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu, and if I remember, Restaurant Panic?
Yeah, pizza and sausages and all kinds of fighting toasters.
Yeah, that was a good time. But coming up next, we have a very hype run, I would say. Mega Man 2, any percent difficult by Cool Kid. And fun fact, Cool Kid, world record holder.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is serious business we're talking about, so this is definitely a hype run that I would like to check out. After that, we have Super Mario Bros. Warpless NES by Supersonic, 5 numbers. I'm not going to read those out, I'm too lazy. In the meantime, we have some upcoming donation incentives, but I can't read them.
It's for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. There's a bid war for naming the fly Pokemon and also naming the cut Pokemon. And currently, for the fly Pokemon, Yeet is in the lead for $5.01.
Yeet!
Yeet!
And then for the cut Pokemon, I see no option submitted yet. I think somebody should change that. You should get some donations in if you want to see a suggestion of yours be a name of a Pokemon. There it is. It's wide open for anyone to donate. But what are we donating towards?
Movember. It's donating towards awareness on men's mental health and cancer.
Yes, it's in support of men's mental health, the fight against testicular cancer. So this is what we're raising money towards, and we've had a bunch of different initiatives over the past few weeks of different streamers just raising money and donating them en masse to this initiative. But for now, it seems to me like I'm getting a thumbs up from Tech over there, so I think we're ready. We're just gonna go straight into the next run of Mega Man 2 by Cool Kid. Good luck to him. And let's go.
Anytime. All right. Okay, let me get the...
No, I would guess. They're still... but...
Okay. Whatever. Might as well. My game in.
Oh, we are on. They didn't tell us, but we're on.
Wait, are we on?
Yep.
Wait, oh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, oh wait, we are actually on, alright. Wait, oh, that's not, I forgot to have Discord open. Oh, I didn't scroll down. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh no, wait, just a sec, just a moment. I'm almost just about ready here. Welcome, yes. This is Mega Man 2, Japanese version of Mega Man 2, known as Rockman 2. There are no gameplay differences between the North American and Japanese versions, but this version has got, as you might have guessed, just faster text, faster cutscenes. So, wait. Oh yeah. So I guess I'll do a countdown.